Hey guys, welcome back to the Beamer Dude channel. Thank you guys for tuning in. As you can see, we're working on the E46 M3. You don't want to miss out, so stay tuned. Okay guys, so for those of you guys that are familiar with the channel, you know that we really recently picked up this E46 M3. Now I bought this vehicle, it's the dream car that I've always wanted, and it's 6-speed, it's 2001, has relatively low miles for the year, and it's in relatively good mechanical shape. Now there are a ton of cosmetic issues, and that's right up my alley. Before we go any further, I wanted to address one of the comments that was in the comment section of the last video. You were asking, since I got rid of the Mini Cooper because it was a coupe, why did I pick up another coupe? Well, I'm glad you asked that, and it was one of the things that's at the back of my mind. When I made the video, I realized I should have explained myself. Now that the Mini Cooper was gone, especially since I got a good amount of money for it, I was actually able to pick up this car and another car as well. One that's a little more suited for family life, and that's this car right here. And now that we have that addressed, we can go ahead and get to the rest of the video. Now, you guys, you know me. There's no way that I can keep this car stocked for very long. So because this vehicle is my daily driver, I have no real plans of going outlandish and going really far with this car. Again, this is my daily driver, and I want to keep the driving experience as clear as possible. But there's one area that's truly lacking in this vehicle, and that is sound. The induction noise that this car should have, given that it has individual throttle bodies and it has a quad exhaust, leaves a lot to be desired. I'm actually really not a fan of the stock sound. In my opinion, E46 M3 actually sounds better in stock form. So in today's video, we're going to be installing a K&N induction system on the E46 M3, and hopefully that can rectify some of the muffled sound characteristics of this car the way it just naturally comes.
Rapping to the beat.
Alright guys, so in today's video, we're going to be installing a K&N induction system on the S54. Now, don't be confused with this K&N sticker that's already installed on the car. The previous owner installed a drop-in filter, and that works fine and well, but I have really never ever seen any performance gains from that. I personally feel like it's a gimmick, and this one in particular is one off the shelf from O'Reilly's or AutoZone, because this one in particular is actually oil controlled. You actually have to use an oil substitute spray cleaner, some type of solution to actually clean these out properly, and I've just never been a fan of those, and they've actually been known to damage map sensors and MAP sensors. So we're going to be getting rid of this system so we don't have any premature failures on the MAP sensor. And for any of you guys that aren't as familiar with the S54 engine, let me give you a brief rundown. This is a 3.2 liter inline six that produces 333 horsepower. At the crank and at the wheels, it's about 280 wheel horsepower. Now this vehicle is equipped with a dual Vano system, which is basically BMW's fancy version of VTEC. It has it on the intake and exhaust cam, and it advances and retards timing to give you optimal torque and horsepower at any given RPM. By far the main thing that makes this engine so special is that it has individual throttle bodies on every intake port. The intake throttle body system is actually controlled by an electronic TPS sensor instead of a cable-driven one like you would see on the Eurospec S50 engines, but you can definitely tell that this is a homologation race engine, and it got its heritage and got a lot of its function from the older European version. So what we have here is a cold air induction system. This is the 90-degree bend I was talking about. This is the provided heat shield, and this is the K&N filter. To my knowledge, this one does not need to be cleaned with an oil solution. If so, I'm sure someone down in the comments will correct me. But let me stop yapping. We need to go ahead and get that map sensor and taken off of the factory intake box system and install it here. It kind of sandwiches between the two plates that are provided here, and basically get that installed, and this installation can get underway and complete. Shouldn't take too long. So apparently you need these security bolts, these star bit security bolts. I've actually never personally ever needed to use these, so this is going to be a first, but good thing I got my Arbor Freight Special, my $9 kit right here that comes with just about every star bit tool that you could possibly ever need. So let's get this map sensor taken off, get it installed on the new elbow, and we should be able to finish this up. Guys, so that's going to wrap it up for today's video. Hopefully you liked today's video. If you liked today's video, go down in the comment section down below, leave me a comment, let me know what you liked. If you disliked it, especially go down and let me know what you disliked about it. It's the only way these videos are going to get any better. And as you know, today we installed the K&N induction system on the E46 M3, and I have to say that it's definitely changed the voluminous noise of the intake. It definitely needs some type of exhaust at this point, but we're not going to just jump arbitrarily to the axle back. We're going to start from the midsection and work our way back. So guys, make sure you guys stay tuned to this build series. We're going to be doing our very best to create the best sounding, naturally aspired E46 M3 out of all the automotive YouTubers on YouTube. So again, thank you guys for watching the Be Renewed channel. And as always guys, peace out and Godspeed.